Welcome back to the Loan Arranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage, 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 for my Tampa Bay friends. WeBringYouHome.com for everyone. Listen, easy application, no hard credit pull. Just apply online and the Loan Arranger will get you the best mortgage you ever had. That's my guarantee. The bet now don't let me actually rephrase that, because if you got a 3% mortgage, I can't get you 3% mortgage right now. So, but I'll get you a great mortgage for where rates are today. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. They're not as bad as people think they are. And I'm telling you, as soon as you wait for rates to drop, the home prices are going to go through the roof. So stop doing that. Right now, you have an abundance of real estate and sellers are willing to pay closing costs. So don't just keep out of the market. Just get into the market. If you need a real estate agent, I want to introduce you to the Loan Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program. Okay. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but the Loan Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program, and that is a program that I put together. That's right. That I put together to help you, the consumer, find a better real estate agent. So the Loan Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program, what I do is I have a group of vetted real estate agents that I know, I've done business with. I know how they negotiate. I know how they communicate. I know that they're great real estate agents. The thing is you don't. So you usually pick somebody that you know that sells real estate so you don't offend them, and then they screw it up and then they're not your friend anymore, or a family member, or your boss's wife, or your sister's ex-boyfriend. But I'm telling you, don't do that. I'll get you a great real estate agent, and that real estate agent will then give you 25% of their commission back to use towards closing costs, up to $10,000. Listen, you can't go wrong with that, my friend. My realtors are eating this stuff up. Now listen, you can't call me up and just get on my program. This is not a program where realtors can call me up and go, I want on your program. I'll take some of those leads. I'll pay your buyer. Listen, I got to know how you work first. We got to do some business together. So you want on my real estate rebate program, then we need to do some business together. So you call the Loan Arranger, you get your clients over here, then you grade me. You tell me how good of a job my team did. I'm going to tell you something. My service level will blow you away. My team is unbelievable. Return phone calls promptly, fast pre-approvals, fast closings. We don't ask for extensions on closings. We close on time, and we have more loan programs than anyone could ever ask for. So you want a great real estate agent? You want a great lender? Let me take care of you. Call the Loan Arranger, 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or WeBringYouHome.com. You can call or text those phone numbers. These are not call lines. All right, let's get into the future here. Let's do a little back to the future. Okay, let's just understand why rates are where they are. Okay, so let me just digress, and I'm going to give you just a little market analysis and information as to why rates are where they are. So let's go back in time and just understand that we have been dealing with a high level of inflation. And inflation is the arch enemy of the bond market. Mortgages are tied to the bond market, the 10 and the 30-year treasury bond. That's what they're based on. They're not based off of prime rate. They have nothing to do with prime rate. So prime rate will stimulate the economy. So let's go back. We were back before September 18th. Well, we'll just say on September 18th, the Fed did the 0.5 point Fed cut. And rates started to go down for one day. After that, they went up and up and up and up to the tune of about 250 basis points higher than where they were the day before that Fed cut. Then last week, Fed cut the Fed rate a quarter point again. Rates went up and they kept going up. Why are rates going up on mortgages when the Fed's cutting the Fed rate? Does that make any sense to you? Well, if it doesn't, I'm going to make it make sense. So now we understand that the bond market has nothing to do with the Fed rate, and mortgages are tied to bonds. So when the Fed drops the Fed rate, it stimulates the economy. And when the economy is stimulated, institutional money, big money, moves out of the bond market where it was safe. They don't make money in the bond market, but they don't lose money. So it's a safe parking place. They park their money there and wait for opportunities in the stock market. And then when they see the stock market do well, they move from bonds into equities or stocks. Well, when that happens, it pulls the energy out of the bond market. And since mortgages are tied to bonds, they deteriorated. Now, people are going to go, well, gosh, it doesn't matter then if the Fed drops the Fed rate. Interest rates won't necessarily go down. They won't necessarily go down because of the Fed rate. But as time goes on, the inflation will start getting under control. Now, when inflation gets under control, the bond market will improve. Inflation is the arch enemy to the bond market. The arch enemy. It is kryptonite. So that's what's deteriorated interest rates. So now, since Trump's now going to be in office in January, it's going to take him a little bit of time, but we're going to start drill, baby, drill. And we're going to start drilling our own oil. We now got the UK wanting to buy oil from us instead of Ukraine or Russia. So we're going to have a lot more opportunity, and that's going to wipe out inflation. So inflation will be under control because we're going to start drilling, and energy costs are going to go down. So we want that to happen in order for interest rates to get better. So Biden had no interest in that. He'd like you all to drive electric cars. That's what he wants you to do. That, and they don't have any plan for the future of getting rid of these batteries, or how long they're going to last, and there's no plan for it. So, but that's what they wanted, because they're trying to get clean energy. Well, to be honest with you, I don't think that the energy that we spend in fuel even comes close to what the carbon footprint is that China and India are doing right now. So it's not going to make that much of an impact. Now, should we eventually move to electric things? Maybe we should. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to solar energy. I don't like solar panels because I don't like what they do to the families, and I don't think they're worth it. But I'm not opposed to clean energy. So don't get me wrong when it comes to that. Now, here's the thing. If you are thinking about buying a home or refinancing a home, interest rates will get better as time goes on, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So do you just wait and sit on the sidelines? No, you don't. You start looking right now. So get your loan pre-approved. I've got FHA 3.5% down, conventional 3% down. I've got a $6,500 grant that's forgivable for you. You want a grant to get into a home? I've got one. We've got down payment assistance programs. I've got USDA, no money down. VA, no money down. I mean, come on. There's no reason for you not to jump in the market. We've got to get you in the market, and we've got to get you into the market quickly before interest rates get too low, because then the house price get too high. So if you're looking to do that, then what's keeping you from doing it? Is it your credit? I got a credit repair program. I don't even charge for it. You want credit help? I'm going to help you with that. You don't have any cash, or you don't have that much cash. You think you need to put 20% down. You don't. I got low down payment loans for you. So let's look at that. Let's look at maybe borrowing from a 401k. Okay, something of that nature. Maybe a family member is willing to help you out with a gift. Maybe you have adult children or grandchildren and you'd like to help them yourself. I can show you how to do that. So listen, you call the loan arranger. I want to help you stop renting, get out of that vicious cycle of renting and into homeownership, folks. I mean, you can't continue to go on renting. And when you go, home prices are too high and interest rates are too high. Well, you know what? You're paying 100% interest on a rent. You're not paying anything toward principal other than your landlord's principal. So stop it. Give your head a shake. There's no value in being a renter on this planet. Don't do it. Everyone that comes to me that has a chunk of change to put down on a new home, you know where they got it from? They got it from the sale of another home. They didn't save it. They're not pulling money out of a 401k to put $200,000 down. People don't do that. They're using their 401k for retirement. Now, if you rent and you have a 401k, then let's borrow from that 401k to do it, to get your down payment down. That's what you do. But if you are selling a home, you're coming up with a ton of equity to put down on a new one. And when I see people paying cash for homes or putting large down payments down, it's because they sold a home. So get in the market. I mean, take my son, Chase, okay? Brilliant kid. Bought a home at 23, right out of college. Worked for 1 year, bought a home. 1 year, bought a home. Saved every penny he could. Did a 3% down first-time home buyer program. He now has, and he's only 26, so that's 3 years ago. He's got $175,000 in equity. How many 26-year-olds do you know that have $175,000? And if they did, and it was in the bank, they'd probably spend it, okay? But in a home, it's protected. You can't just go cash it in. You'd have to refinance it to pull it out. Well, I'm not going to let him do that. We're not going to do that. Matter of fact, I've got him saving for his next one and then his next one. So he's going to do the leapfrog program that I taught him from a young man. So that's how we can buy multiple properties. So when we retire, we have tons of income coming in and a whole bunch of real estate that's all free and clear. I can show you how you could own 5 properties and you could have income in your retirement of about $25,000 to $30,000 a month in income and have about $4 million in free and clear property. How would you like that? Wouldn't that be better for you? Well, if you're in your 20s, let me get you started now. Because if you're in your 20s, I'll have you making $50,000 a month when you retire and about $8 to $10 million in real estate free and clear. If you're in your 30s, we can get closer to about $5 million. If you're in your 40s or 50s, well, we better start now. You better start now. So stop delaying. Tampa friends in the Tampa Bay area, 813-213-4009, 813-213-4009. Orlando, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and I am the Lone Ranger. So we've got a lot more to talk about in the last segment, and I'm going to cut to a break in just a minute. But before we do that, I want you to know about a few extra programs that we just came up with. So you know we have all your conventional FHA, VA loans. You know we have home equity line of credit. Do you know we have construction perm loans for conventional FHA and VA? Listen to me, builders. This is going to help you. Now, did you know that I have a reverse mortgage for those that are seniors and retired? Did you know that I have a reverse second mortgage? Did you know that I'm coming out with a reverse construction perm loan? Nobody even has it in the country. A reverse construction perm loan. So come on, there's no reason. Down payment assistance. For all you low down payment buyers trying to get into your first house, you're struggling to come up with enough down payment, I can help you with that. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Radio Show. We're going to cover more about the market and how you can take advantage of opportunities in the market. So, listen to me what we got here. So let's get over to my William Tell overture, and we'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Remember my number, Tampa Bay, 813-213-4009, 813-213-4009. Orlando area, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Radio Show.